find out what these are all about. These are coming via the Reich Ketuo pass around. So let's start with eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's just pick one here and see what we're dealing with. If you're ready, I'm ready. Bam. Ooh, baby, come on. Take a look at this thing. Now we're talking about something premium now, right? We left the budget knives behind. Now we're talking about some premium folding knife experience. The name on this one is called the Stabitha. Right, very interesting name, Stabitha. And right away we've got titanium here with a nice little stone wash finish going on there, looking nice. The camera doesn't know how to focus on the right thing. There you go. Check that out. That is a beautiful stone wash finish there for sure. We've got some milling lines going on here for personality, all kind of switches and other design lines. We got this anodized titanium backspacer with a little bit of a hump, right? A little camel hump going on there. That's interesting. Titanium pocket clip, very minimalistic, right? With some curvature on it. Obviously not reversible, it being a premium knife and all. And then it looks like it's going to be a frame lock. Anodized pivot colors with a very interesting looking pivot hardware right there. That is looking nice. Captive, of course. But if you're ready, I'm ready. We got the nice anodized thumb stud and wha-bam. Ooh, baby, come on. Look at the geometry on this thing. Hold the phone. Give me 1 second. I'll give it a nice little wipe here. We have a very nice sort of bead blasted finish on, I'm sure, maybe M390 steel. The answer is yes. M390 steel indeed. And geometry wise, we have kind of like a drop point blade for sure. A little bit of a tanto going on here at the bottom with a dual grind. We've got a hollow grind here and a flat grind towards the front, just what the doctor ordered. I mean, is the camera doing it justice or what? That is beautiful. That is gorgeous right there. Gorgeous! Wow, okay. First impressions, liking the blade. No doubt about it. Miguel, don't put pressure on the lock bar. Spidey flick, solid, right? That thumb stud deployment, pretty good. Good detent feel. And of course, we got a good little front flipper here for deployment. Oh, that is where it's at. That feels really, really nice on the deployment. Nice and jimped all the way, almost around here. And can I do the reach around? Tell you what, the reach around is a little bit difficult because the lock bar is just kind of almost the same size as the rest of the handle. So it's a little bit difficult not to put pressure on the lock bar. So I'm just going to stick with the side of my thumb stud deployment, and reverse flick. All those work pretty good. As far as the ergos, I'm able to get a full purchase here, full 4-finger grip. And then you got this flat portion right here. You can forward choke as well if you want to get more control of your cutting, right? You're good to go there. That feels good. Pocket clip, super, extra duper comfortable. And the camel hump right here, I mean, not a concern whatsoever. It doesn't feel uncomfortable, right? Not an issue at all. So just personality and design language, if anything. Big hardware all the way around. And then we have some lettering here, some writing on the inside. Happy as Larry. I mean, how happy is Larry on an average day? I don't know. Again, all jokes aside, I've seen a few of Happy as Larry's design here and there. And I want to say I didn't know they were working with Ketuo here. So this is a pleasant surprise on the Stabitha here, if you would. So we have 2 other models we're going to check out. So we got that one. Let's go ahead and check out the second one. Okay, different finish on the titanium. This one is bead blasted, sort of like a darker gray finish. And then we have green accents or green anodized accents all the way around, as you can see. And then bam, let's go ahead and send it. Bell satin finish. Come on, right? This one is completely different than the one we just looked at in almost every single way. Of course, it's the same overall shape and design, but M390 steel, of course, milled on the inside for weight reduction. We'll get some weight measurements here in just a second, but different color combo variant altogether for sure. All right, checking out the action on this one. Oh yeah, very nice. I like that you have enough room here to get to the thumb stud and deploy that way. All right, the front flipper, at least with the side of the thumb here, works pretty solid. This variant is looking good. Again, hollow grind and a flat grind combo on a little bit of a drop point tanto geometry. I mean, this is pretty sick indeed. Maybe we can get a better read at the lettering inside with this green color, right, on the back spacer. There you go. Happy as Larry on the inside. Surprisingly, these are not serialized. I know we've checked out quite a few Reich knives recently and the majority of them are serialized. So 2 Stabitha models there looking fire. We got one more. Oh man, come on, for my DLC lovers out there, right, for my blacked out aficionados. Looks like we have titanium DLC on the handle. A little bit of a fingerprint magnet. That's just something that you're going to have to accept if you want this DLC on the handle as well. Purple accents on this one, kind of like Wakanda Forever style. Black Panther sort of color combination going on here. Captive pivot. All right, let's go ahead and send it. Bam! There is the DLC on the M390 blade. Also deserves a nice little clean here. Have the camera do it justice. Bada bing, bada boom. And again, this one's coming to me via the Ketuo pass around, and I'm wondering if maybe a previous person left something wet or some drops of something on the blade. That's kind of what I'm seeing here on the blade, is some sort of wet drops or what have you. Obviously they used it, didn't clean the knife as much, but I mean, it's DLC, and a knife is meant to be used, right? It's not to be like, oh, it looks pretty and, you know, it's going to look pretty all the time. I know from my crowd who are always commenting, well, Miguel don't even use his knives because they look so pretty all the time and blah, blah, blah. Fam, most of the knives I'm showcasing on a video, they're coming right out of the box the moment you're seeing them together with me at the same time. Unless it's something like this one where it's a pass around and I'm borrowing a knife. In this case, I got 3 different variants to showcase here. All different grips. Feel pretty good. You do have plenty of handle. I do have average size hands, so that's why you got handle here for days. It's nice and comfortable all the way through, so no concerns there. And at least 3 different solid variants here to choose from, without a doubt. I want to say if I had to pick, I wouldn't even know which one to go with, just to be honest with you. But let's really quick get a scientific weight on this bad boy. I want to say somewhere around, I'm going to go 3.5, close to 4 ounces. Look at that, 3.5 on the money, 99 grams. Pretty good. Is there any weight difference from one model to another? All right, DLC variant, also 3.5. The green anodized version, also 3.5. But yes, it makes a lot of sense, right, for a premium folder such as this one with titanium, M390 steel, right, the works. Let's go ahead and put them all side by side here next to one another. I mean, look at the profile right there. If that doesn't look good, I don't know what does. But that's kudos to Larry, right? Hopefully he continues to be happy and he continues to make killer designs like this one, because he absolutely knocked it out of the park with this one. I'll tell you what, overall length we have 8¼ inches. We have around 3.75 on the blade. We have a cutting path of also 3.75 and a handle of just over 4.5, like 4.6 inches or so on the handle. Now, of course, kind of like, you know, all the Reich knives we've checked out recently and many other Ketuo knives, these are pretty premium, very well executed, very well machined. I mean, Ketuo and Reich, they do an amazing job with the kind of knives they put out. The quality, the machining, everything is to the roof. So it's going to have more or less, obviously, command a premium knife price. So here it is, all the different variants that you can choose from and where it comes in price wise. Honestly, it kind of makes sense for the kind of knife you're getting and the materials that you're getting. This is pretty solid. I mean, this one's going to be up there as far as the value proposition for what you're getting goes. Now, really quick, I wanted to say here we have a decent access from the show side to get at the lock bar, steel insert for steel on steel contact, and that engagement is going to be more or less about, let me get my scientific look here, 50%, 50-ish% or so. So not bad. Feels pretty good on the disengagement. Nice little ball bearing action, a little bit of a shake shot, if anything, with all the different models. Right? Switching here to the DLC. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's going to break in nicely over time, without a doubt. If you go the DLC route, obviously it's going to have more of a fingerprinty sort of nature. If I were to choose, honestly, now that I've handled all 3, I don't know why, but this one with blue accents, and I don't have a lot of knives with a nice little stonewash titanium. I feel like that actually looks pretty hot. That's just me. If I had to pick one, this will be the one I'm going with. You guys let me know in the comments which one would you choose if you were choosing between these 3. Of course, link down below, just like every other knife we've seen in this video.